Hey everyone, it's JC, the Gospel-Centered Health Coach. We are on to part 2 in my sugar addiction series. Part 1, we talked about the emotional effects of sugar. That's a big one. I'll link it below if you haven't seen it yet. This time, we have to talk about the body's physical addiction. Yes, your body can be physically addicted to sugar just like it can be to drugs, alcohol, other substances. It is real. The funny thing is, when I first started looking at my sugar addiction about 15 years ago, there wasn't a lot out there. There were a lot of voices saying, no, it's sugar. It's not addictive. I don't know about this. The science just isn't there. Boy, it's there now. You look online, it is everywhere. Lots of voices saying it's addictive. It's physically addictive. In fact, the studies are showing, if you type into Google brain scans of sugar and cocaine, it's 8 times more addictive than cocaine on the way it hits the brain. You can see the scans if you want to Google that. It's real. This is the hard part about it. So number 1, it gives us the dopamine hit, right? You can find that in a million articles online right now. Just like so many other things we get addicted to, we get the dopamine hit and then we go back for more and go back for more. And then your brain, adjusts and then you need more of the substance, just like in every other kind of addiction. But it also affects many other parts of the brain. It affects your serotonin levels. It affects the way you process carbs, your insulin resistance. There's a lot going on in the body when you have a high sugar diet that causes it to be addicted to this substance. Now, here's the hardest part of all when we talk about overcoming sugar addiction. I'm going to go out on a limb, may get comments like crazy below, but I think it's one of the, if not the hardest addiction to give up. You think about every other thing that we can be addicted to, all the, common things. Sugar is socially acceptable. Everyone eats it. Everyone embraces it. Everyone celebrates it. You can't say that about cocaine or liquor or pornography or so many other. It's celebrated in our culture. It's also available everywhere and it's cheap. Every single place you walk in, you can get it. It's like an alcoholic trying to live in a bar all the time. That's what our culture is like. When I say that it's the hardest one to give up, your family, your friends, your coworkers, I'm not shaming them. I'm just saying if you are a sugar addict and you're trying to move away from that, you are swimming in a culture that's pulling you in the other direction. The other thing, had to check my notes. I mean, you still have to eat, right? Cocaine, alcohol, heroin, opioids, all these other addictions you can walk away from forever. Never touch again, be sober. But you still have to eat. So this is like legit. This is a tough one to give up the physical addiction, to be healed of it. You look at other addictions also, and we are almost always offered some sort of rehab, right? Support, 12-step programs, people rallying around you to get you through this difficult phase of coming off of a substance that you're very dependent on. But when it comes to sugar, there's not really sugar rehab, right? That you're told to go on a diet. You're told to just go cold turkey. I mean, all the articles, go spend a half an hour reading sugar addiction articles. It's like, here's the checklist. Just stop. Without any more support than that. Every other addiction has support programs. You do not see food addiction programs very often, especially sugar addiction programs. So, with that said, let me just tell you where I land with this. I think the body needs more support than that, than just going on a diet or trying to go cold turkey. Again, like I said, this is the hardest addiction, one of the hardest. And so to just say stop is one of the most hopeless things you can tell somebody struggling with this. I was on sugaraddiction.com actually, which is a really, successful website, and they have a book, but it was that message. Just stop, just cold turkey. It's going to suck. Hang on. But there are some other approaches that I'd like to share with you. Number 1, if you struggle with depression along with sugar addiction, depression, maybe anger issues or irritability, some mood swings, a lot of that stuff that you may have thought was hormones, I would suggest Kathleen DeMaison's program I'll link below. I've read all the sugar detox stuff out there, all the programs, everyone I can find, I check out to see where I can send people for help. Hers is the most gentle, understanding, rehab-ish program to give you the support you need. She teaches you how to calm down the addiction in the body before you ever go cold turkey. Don't ever do that. She teaches you what's going on in the body with the addiction, and then how to calm that through eating a different way. So where you're eventually, the cravings calm on their own, and that's when you take the sugar out. It's none of this white knuckle. I used her program 15 years ago. I'm still going strong. Like, it was amazing to watch the healing happen in my body. Now, do I love every single part of her program? Didn't all work for me. I tweaked it. I was very spirit-led and prayerful about it, and I changed it a little bit in a way that works for me. So I'll link her stuff below. If you struggle with type 2 diabetes, I feel very strongly that you need to read Jason Fung's work, The Obesity Code, Life in the Fasting Lane. Find him. I'll link his website below. I'll link his books below. The work he's doing on type 2 and intermittent fasting and some of that might be more your speed and more what fits your life as you begin to move in a direction away from the sugar. We need support. We need a program. Telling somebody to go on a diet or go cold turkey is not going to happen. It's not going to help. You're just going to end up in failure again and again and again, like so many of us have. So I'll link all that below. The last thing, and this is the most important for me, you look at, for instance, alcoholism and the intense support system that's been created for those who struggle with that. The 12-step program is widely acclaimed. It's been adapted. But the thing it's centered on is the idea that alcoholism is so hard to overcome that only God or a higher power, or however you define that, can get you out of it. Why wouldn't we also offer that option to those that are addicted to sugar in a culture that's even more immersed in this substance? The pressure is even harder not to give it up, not including God in the mix as you're trying to heal your body's physical addiction. To me, is just a recipe for failure. The 12-step program for me applied every bit as much to my sugar addiction as I think it could apply to anything else. Especially the first 3 steps. The first step, that I'm powerless to do this on my own. Oh man, yes. Second step, that God can free me from this addiction. And the third step, that we ask him to. There are ways to adapt a 12-step program to your journey. I used the 12-step along with some of the resources that I've linked below to create my own support system, because a lot of times it just doesn't exist out there. Now I have some other videos too. I'll link them below. I can help be your support system as well. This is a hard area, but if you're feeling called to begin to address something that's controlling you, something that can become just a raging addiction, and you know it's out of control, you know it's causing health problems, not just weight gain, but health problems, emotional problems, mental problems. It can enhance joint pain. There's such a long list. Check out some of my other videos. Stay with me, subscribe. I'm going to continue on my sugar addiction series. The support is there. Don't take this addiction lightly. It is a true physical addiction, but it can be overcome through the right combination of support programs and also help from the Lord, direction from the Lord, and more than anything, strength from him to overcome. Hope that was helpful. Thanks so much for joining me today.